comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Shows the overhead. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. All right. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Will this super art connect? From up above. Sticks the combo. What a touch, experiencing burnout. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Moses with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff.
Round 2.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Gets the knockdown, and now, smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Gets a risky buff in. Medium kick. Both fighters planning something? Big throws. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner, experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive, a super art, switches it up. Knock this can lead to some big damage. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. A fireball at that range? Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. With the throw. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop. They're on the lookout for jump-ins. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Did well to get the buff in there. Decides to buff up while they can. Caught in the cross-up. Fires off in overdrive. Burnout is triggered. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistake. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. Spot on blocking. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. Burnout activates. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Unfazed by the switch and blocks. They're going for the super art? That's not gonna hit. Brushes that off and keeps going. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the changing talent card is played. Let's see if they can survive this assault. Going in? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Buffs up, opts for the critical arm. Shreds them with the critical arm. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Get your plate ready. Damage is on the menu. The drive uses their drive gauge. Closes it out. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Shows a medium kick. They're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 chases them down. Caught in the cross-up. Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off here. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jumps in. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Their drive gauges are looking bare. Nightshade Pulse comes out to play. Still scrapping for control of the space. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Going in, they were not clear for takeoff. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Perfect air-to-air. They're on the lookout for jump-in. Oh! Gets a good read on their opponent. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. All right, what's coming up next? Had the radar up and running. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Uses the gauge. Can this super art set things into motion? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Connects with medium kick. Time's the only thing moving here. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Chose a medium kick? Closing moments of the match. If they can't squander this punishment, KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jumps in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? The jump in catches them. Burnout activates. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Doing some quick planning. Knockdown and drops them from the air. Jumps. The low. And closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Taps back and hits hard with the tension in. Solid anti-air. They just said, get that jumping out of here. Knocked them out of the air. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach this, it throws them. What's next? Buffs while they're blinking. The drive impact doesn't work. Here's his hand drop. Oh, here we go. What? There's a burnout. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Nightshade Pulse. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? Oh my God! Lost super. Deadly implications hit, and now their health is slipping away. What now? What's gonna happen here? Hidden talent to chisel them down. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that super. Drive impact misses. Gets a risky buff in. Jumps. Blows him. What's next? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Grabs them. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? All right, what's coming up next? Opts for the air-to-air encounter. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Did well to get the buff in there. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Escapes with the reversal. Spend some drive gauge on the reversal. Spending that painted talent card is played. Let's see if they can survive this assault. A quick breather. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Nightshade Pulse, Burnout activates. Medium springs forward with the drive rush. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Looking for a chance. Dashes forward. Fake step. Player one can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Pink wall. No way. That win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player one gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that thunder. The impact doesn't do anything. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Nails the anti-air. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. Goes for the drive rush there. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Deadly implication finds the mark. Now they can start the pressure while the opponent is poisoned. Sneaks in the throw. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Nightshade Pulse comes out to play. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Player two didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. Stuck on super art? Deadly implication finds the mark. Now they can start the pressure while the opponent is poisoned. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. The throw missed. Gets a risky puff in. Medium kick hits. In with snake step. Both fighters planning something? How did they read that throw? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Sway engine activation. They want to end this quick. Goro starts to fight them open. Oh, here we go. Pierces and drops them. Player two is in a very good spot. Excellent damage on that. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? Breaks through with the throw. Player one was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that runback. Barely blocks the jump in. The jump in catches them. Will that drive impact get punished? Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Gets out of the corner. Big, low, reaching heavy. Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Knockdown. Life lead opens up. KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Solid trigger on the Toxic Blossom to pile on the damage. Nightshade Pulse comes out to play. Burnout activates. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Going in? Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Oh no, they're stunned. Tainted Talent card is played. Let's see if they can survive this assault. Quick breather. Player two, excellent block. Looking for a chance. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Are we going to see a comeback? Gets a risky puck, betting it all on the drive rush. Just what a read with that anti-air. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Fires off a Nightshade Pulse. Connects with medium kick. Connects with the throw. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Can this drive bring them back? Player one with with a slight lead. Will they capture Raw Super Art incoming? Deadly implication hits, and now their health is slipping away. Player 1, solid anti-air. Player 1 is in burnout state. Okay, will this Super Art do anything? Smart play, triggering Toxic Blossom. Crowns him from above. There's a burnout. Ugh, scuff him. Quick medium poke. Medium kick. They're just gonna go for it with the super. Go on, it is over. Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. They trade hits. Gets a risky puff in. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. The Fuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? They're being absolute pros for the super art. Switches it up. The low doesn't connect. Oh, starts to pry them open. Life lead opens up. Big low reaching heavy. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Neither fighter can use their drive moves. How will they close out the round? Genius read. Player 1 KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Pressuring with cruel fate. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 1 can build off this lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Fires off a Nightshade Pulse. What'll happen here? Creates an opening with a low heavy? Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Connects with medium kick. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. KO! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Nightshade Pulse comes out to play. Jumps, barely blocks the jump in. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Jury's going to a dark place. Kai Senjankai Raku. Makes smart use of the get, crowns him from above. Drops that off. Fighters counter off the action. That, were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? What now? Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Medium kick into. Nightshade incoming. What a statement with that fireball. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? No! Critical art now? This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life loss, but also their nerves. Player 1, are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. Connects with the throw. Connects with medium kick. Scrapping it out up close. Not having the cross-up. Track that jump nicely. Great block on that ambiguous cross-up. Nails the anti-air. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Solid blocking. Misses the drive impact. Knockdown. Medium kick hits. So they break forward for nice drive impact. Sends them connecting to Heaven's Wi-Fi. Good sense to let it rip. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Did well to get the buff in there. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. things are slow, goes for the super art. Deadly Implication finds the mark. Now they can start the pressure while the opponent is poisoned. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can hit them with a stop and pop? Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out, experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Gets a risky puff in. What'll happen here? From upstairs. Doesn't miss a beat. Burnout activates. Player 1 will look to burns out. Oh no, they're stunned. They're stunned. All they need to do is get enough damage to finish. Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Can't tech the throw. Throws out a projectile. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips him up. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Can they outlast it? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Their damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still have end to throw ends around. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Down to the wire. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Doesn't miss a beat. Nightshade Pulse comes out to play. What'll happen? Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side step. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the... burnout activates. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Plays Deadly Implication hit. Good choice to net some damage and poison them as well. Lands the attack and triggers a Toxic Blossom. Throws them. Knockdown and blocks it. Low heavy, but no go. Player 1 hits a good spot. Use the super. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for the fireball. Staves off the cross-up. Some fine spacing and timing. Sticks the combo. Impacts a no-go. Absorbs down to the wire. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Deadly Implicate KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes to the overdrive. Did well to get the buff in there. Player 2 spent a chunk of their SA meter and enters the round with a deficit. They've got to be extra careful. Going in. Gets a risky buff in. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Jumps in. KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Shows the medium kick. Lots of Fuha bent and plenty of avenues to race through. Finds hits the target! The Buha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. Burnout activates! A trade, but they're not worried. A jump? Oh, the throw connects! What now? Nightshade incoming! What are they gonna do? Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with Burnout. Meets them air to air. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Raw super art incoming. The knock up into the bubble barrage. It's deadly implications. Nightshade pulse. Cross that off. Player 2. Oh, engines cranked. This could be trouble. Oh, Satsu. Carried to the corner. This may be bad news. Time to make them famous. Ugh, they're just gonna go for it with the super. Dump them. Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gets out of that jam with a perfect parry. Player 1 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Raised on the pressure with the projectile. Burnout is triggered. Knockdown. Was looking for that jump attack. Did well to get the buff in there. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Gets a risky buff in. Fires off a Nightshade pulse. Brushes that off and keeps going. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. The Tenzin Ring hits home. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Nightshade pulse comes out to play. Saihasho to start something. Super clutch corner. Drive rush to keep it going. Player ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. They're going for the super art. Deadly implication finds the mark. Now they can start the pressure while the opponent is poisoned. Knight baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Decides to buff up while they can. It's the start of the round. How will they start Daryl Coach? All right. Still slugging it out here. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Stays off the crosser. Track that jump nicely. Did well to get the buff in there. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Takes a trip. Life lead opens up. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Blocks the low heavy. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Fires off a Nightshade pulse. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. Grabs them. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Sneaks in above. Changing talent card is played. Let's see if they can survive this assault. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter. Brushes that off and keeps going. Triggers the feng shui engine. The real jury's coming out to play. Toro starts to pry them open. Going in. An overhead attack. Deadly implication hit. Good choice to net some damage and poison them as well. They're in red. The drive impact doesn't work. Pokes with a kick. One chance here goes to the air. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Knocks them out of the air. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Can they close this round without relying on drive? Turn, flatline zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Puffs while they're blinking. Lots of Fu Hawk bends and plenty of avenues, so adds a bit of OD spice there. The Fu Hawk there to give them even better returns on their investment. Fires off a Nightshade pulse. Player 1 connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Medium kick into. Here comes the corner pressure. Wall slap into the guard break. Jump. Knew the throw was coming. Nightshade incoming. Looking for a hold. All stocked up. Where's the Fu Hawk gonna come into play? Shoots their shot. Punish counter on reaction. Hits the drive. This might be up. There's a burnout. They are not getting close to each other. Back in the big big this time to bust this out. Turns flatline game. Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gets a risky puff in. Holds out with the block. Throws him. What's next? Was well in range to score the throw. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Next hit will end the round. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Player 2 chases them down. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Gets a normal hit, wraps it up with the drive impact. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in a flash. Overdrive arts give moves a big power boost at the cost of using some of the drive gauge, so meter management is vital. Okay, creating some space here. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Player 2 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. The timer is down to half. How will our fighters use this time to create chances for themselves into the latter half of the round? Expect both fighters to crank it up a bit now that we're halfway through the round. They gotta make sure not to splurge with that drive gauge and leave themselves vulnerable. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Gets a risky puck in. That combo did decent damage. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Medium kick. Going in. Here comes throws them. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Oh, that throw did some juicy damage. Nightshade incoming. Connects with medium kick. Just the round ends as they do an amazing job protecting the life lead. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Solid trigger on the Toxic Blossom to pile on the uses their drive gauge. Both fighters look to set things up as they low heavy. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Whip and whip, they're wide open. Amazing. Off the painted talent and Ozzy's going hunting. Excellent read. Flare overhead. The stun. Is it gonna be over? Didn't hesitate, going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jumps? The Fuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Throws him. What's next? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner KO, Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Did well to get the butt. Hits him with a stopping block. Can't tech the throw? Good work staying in throw range there. Medium kick hits. Breaks the block with a throw. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Does a good job escaping the corner. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Checks with a medium kick. Throws them. What'll happen here? Both fighters have a and whip. They're wide open, taking chunks out of each other here. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish things, you've got to take it. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Super Art to show off what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. The soup adds a bit of OD spice. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Loads up above. Nightshade pulse. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Pokes with a kick. Finds the target. Nothing stops this train. This is a bad situation. What a finish! Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks with a medium kick. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Definitely shuts out the jumping. The Fuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Low heavy. All right. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. Very solid corner switch. Got their eye on the air. Life lead opens up. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Gets a risky buff in. What's the next move? Buffs up. In there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Who's going to start things off? Triggers Toxic Blossom to stack the deck. The jump-in is denied. Player 2 is going to flushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Shows a medium kick. Fires off a Nightshade pulse. Unfazed by the switch and block. A quick breather. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Impact squat. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Genius read with that throw escape. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Blocks it. Moses with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Fires off a Nightshade pulse. Manages to block the jump-in attack. The drive impact is denied. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Both fighters have a full super meter. Crowns them from above. The throw is denied. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Slams the super. Time for solid anti-air. A trade. No, drops him hard. Player one hit holy. Hits that with confidence. Player two, one step ahead of them. Medium. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh, they switch sides. Burns out. Dumps them. Player one made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Nightshade incoming. Barely blocks the jump in. Grabs and throws him away. Good work staying in throw range there. Holds out with the block. What are they thinking here? Low heavy. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Goes to the overdrive. Takes a trip. Got their eye on the air. Decides to buff up while they can. Throws them to negate the block. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Experiencing burnout. Player one ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Holds out with the blocks. Player two had an impressive round while managing their drive game. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Medium kick. Taking stock. Jumps up. Very solid. Tainted talons are out. Let's see what happens now. Player two has a slight license. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Shows a medium kick. Just goes for it at this range. Deadly implication finds the mark. Now they can start the pressure while the opponent is poisoned. Their will to win is really being tested here. Buffs up. In with snake step. Experiencing the kick hits. Player two took no time to finish that fight.